So this is where I'm going to break out of this idea that the twin flame journey is not a fairy tale. It is not some story where we're looking for this other magical person that's going to complete us and make us whole. This is where we go into what I refer to as the fairy tale paradigm, where we will find individuals that are very attracted to the twin flame concept because of their need to heal. This is really what it is. It's this unconscious need to heal. So what they think is, I'm trying to find this perfect person that's finally going to like make me feel accepted and whole and healed, and everything will be perfect in the relationship, and I won't actually have to do the work because they're just going to be the perfect person for me, and it's all going to work out, and da 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 da. So there's a level of us on a soul level that's like, ooh, honey, that's like red flag palooza right there on both sides. So let's look at this idea, and we're going to find others that are going to trigger us in the hopes that we're going to realize, hey, this stuff needs to be healed so that I actually can have a healthy relationship, so that I can go into a space of expansion. Because it's not expansive to just repeat the same cycles and patterns over and over again. Our souls don't want to do that. They don't. They're not programmed to do that. So this is why we'll find that we go through these cycles. Okay. So when it comes to this fairy tale concept, the fairy tale paradigm in the twin flame community, we're going to find that we have two groups. Okay. One is a group that is looking for that person. And I'll be honest, most of the time it's the feminine. I'm going to speak from that point, but it's these feminine who grew up with typically a neglected parent, one that was emotionally abusive. Most likely they would emotionally abandon, or they physically abandoned, they left, or they presented in a way where it was like, no matter what we did as a child, we weren't good enough. We couldn't be enough. We couldn't do the right thing. We just couldn't get it figured out. And this resulted in rejection. It resulted in a lack of love and acceptance. We never felt that unconditional love that we deeply desired to experience, and that should come from a parent. This is kind of this expectation that if anyone is meant to love us unconditionally, it should be our parent. But because we are so unlovable, this is the program, that even our own parent couldn't love us unconditionally, we therefore then seek as adults relationships that will make us feel like we are lovable and that someone can love us unconditionally. This is where we adopt this idea, well, it must be twin flame because this is going to finally make me feel loved and accepted. This is going to make me finally feel like I'm whole. And so subconsciously, by entering into this relationship and it just this perfect person finally accepting me, warts and all, as we say as a joke, but like finally accepting me for everything, it's going to make up for the neglect that I experienced as a child. This is why we subconsciously play out these dynamics in relationships and partnerships, because we're trying to make it make sense for why was I rejected? Why was I not enough as a child? Why was I not worthy of this love? And if I can find someone in a relationship scenario as an adult that will finally love and accept me at this level, then it's going to make up for what happened in my childhood. And now suddenly I'll be worthy and it's going to fix everything. This is the belief. So we have this group, okay? Then we have this other group that experienced a similar trauma, a similar rejection, but instead of, and this typically becomes the masculine, I'm saying typically this can be reversed, but it's a similar trauma, same trauma probably, but it goes into the overactive response versus an underactive where it's like, I have to seek. We go into this other where it's almost like I'm going to be the hero and I'm going to become so worthy of someone else's love by being perfect, that's how I'm going to make this happen. So these are the ones that tend to go. We've got the feminine, typically, who are in this energy of being an empath, feeling very overly responsible for other people's emotions, feeling overly responsible, like, gosh, if I could just figure this out, make this person happy, then I'm good enough and I'm worthy enough of love. So we adopt this, and then we have this other group that is in this space of, I have to just be perfect. That makes me lovable. So there's zero accountability from these individuals because they have to be perfect. And so someone who is perfect is not going to be accountable for when they make a mistake. They're not going to be accountable for when they hurt someone's feelings because they're perfect. They have adopted this idea that they have to be perfect in order to be lovable. So we've got the gaslighting, we've got the manipulation, we've got the lack and ability to grow and expand within these individuals. Because if we've already adopted this belief that if I have this designer car, if I, look this certain way, have big muscles or the big truck, or, have this type of job or etc., then I'm going to be good enough and that's going to make me lovable. And so that's that. And so these people are very frozen in time. I see when men come into this category a lot, we call them, they get like the Peter Pan syndrome, where it's like they don't want to grow up. They're kind of stuck in this, like, it's like perpetually like 25 or in college age, where it's like, we want to party, we want everybody to think we're cool, we want to be in this space. And or it's this, I have to be seen as everybody's hero. Like, I'm the guy that everybody calls, or I'm the person whenever there's a problem, I'll take care of it. But then when they're in their personal lives, it's like a disaster. But everybody else believes it's like this false persona where it's like, oh no, this is the guy that you can always call and you can always count on, so-and-so. And it's that kind of energy. So because they're perfect, there's not an opportunity for growth. So how can we grow and expand in our journey as a soul if we're working in the realm of a partner that is not capable of expansion because they have like shut themselves down? Okay. They've kind of like disconnected from their feelings because the rejection is too painful. And so they just have to be perfect. So we're in this kind of realm. Well, both of these individuals are going to find themselves very attracted to the twin flame concept, because we've got the one here that's like, okay, I'm going to find this perfect partner, this other person that's going to complete me. And that's going to make up for the rejection I had as a child from a parent, most likely. And then we have this other group that has struggled in the aspect of, I never feel like anyone has ever truly loved and accepted me. And I like this idea of a twin flame because I believe that there's this perfect person out there that is going to be exactly what I need them to be in order to make me feel grand, to make me feel perfect. I don't do anything wrong. I say the right things all the time. They always compliment me in the way that I need. They're always filling me up in the way that I need. They're always meeting my needs. They're always doing it. So there's this, there's a perfect person out there that can do all this to allow me to maintain this dynamic that I want to exist within. So we have both of these, and they tend to attract each other. This is why we will see that there's a lot of like empaths that then attract partners that I'm not going to label anyone, but we would most likely describe that exhibit narcissistic behaviors. And then we're in these very toxic relationships. And then we don't want to let go because we believe that this person is our twin flame because they love bombed us and finally gave us that hit of dopamine and serotonin that in the beginning that made us feel like, oh, I am loved. I am accepted. I am like worthy of having this doting and attention until that's like snapped away within a couple months, couple weeks. A lot of times I can't hold it for very long. But because we've been so deeply desiring this type of connection, when we get that love bomb, it's just like done. It must be them, right? Y'all have been there. This is why I'm sharing this. It's important. And I know that for a lot it's gonna be like, it's just so upsetting, but this is the truth. And I respect every single person on this journey enough to tell you the truth and how this goes. So we need to identify and recognize that neither one of these categories is healthy. Neither one of these is going to really inspire us to grow and heal. We're actually going to like just re-traumatize. I mean, we get the trauma bond in here, we get that locked in from the love bombing, and then like that because we've already felt that we weren't unworthy, this other person is really going to capitalize on, you know, using that, like, you need me, right? You're nothing without me. You have to have me. They're going to capitalize on that, knowing that the people that are going to be, and this is subconscious, but they do know on a subconscious level that people who are going to fall prey to love bombing and those tactics in the beginning, they're going to be the ones who are more easy to manipulate and to keep under their control, because they are very much deeply desiring to feel that love and acceptance, and they want to make their partner happy. So the other person will very much take advantage of that. So we've got these like ideas of, it's this fairy tale, right? And these two groups that tend to adopt this concept and idea. And so we find ourselves just kind of repeating and staying in these cycles and staying in this. And it's very unhealthy. It's very unhealthy. So the invitation that I want to make to you is, if you find yourself in a space where, when it comes to the concept of the twin flame journey, that you're finding yourself drawn to this concept from a place of, I need to find someone else to fix my life. That, let's be honest with ourselves, that when they come in, suddenly I'll be able to get the job that I want. Suddenly I'll be able to have the house that I want. Suddenly I'll be able to finally have the courage and support that I need to make the move into having my business. Suddenly. But once this person comes in, then everything will be okay. Then it'll be enough. Then I will feel like enough to finally have the courage to start my business, or to start showing up in my business, or to ask for the raise, or to etc. If you are finding yourself in that space and have adopted that belief, I really want to invite you to investigate that with love. Because when we are constantly seeking something outside of ourselves, it's because we have not given that to ourselves. The goal for the divine union, again, is to be capable of having divine union, which means we've cleared out these beliefs that we're not enough, that we're unworthy, that we judge ourselves. So once we've cleared those things out, we're then capable of having divine union. I want to lovingly inform you that when we're looking for a divine masculine partner or a divine feminine partner, the feminine is not going to want to be rescued. If she is healed and in her space, for the masculines, she will not need you to come in and rescue her, nor will she want you to come in and rescue her. She will want you to co-create with her to continue in expansion. If we're finding that we're coming into someone who is like, oh, now that you're here, things will get better and you can fix it, or this one that's a lot of pressure for a man or a masculine, however we express ourselves physically, that's not healthy. It's just not healthy. Okay. When we're looking for a divine masculine, a divine healed masculine is not going to want to save someone. He is going to want to find a partner that also wants to grow and expand together through co-creation. So we've done the work on our own individually. And now the best way for us to continue to expand and grow, because this is our soul's program, is to co-create together to continue to grow. So if you are someone who is truly desiring to be able to get yourself into a space where you can experience divine union, I really want to invite you into the space of recognizing what has this journey that I've been on so far, what has it revealed within me that needs to be